Ryan here from Planetary Lapidary, and I am once again at Wisconsin Moonstone near Wausau, Wisconsin. Doing something a little different today. I'm not really looking for moonstone, but I'll get over here and I'll show you what I'm doing. Let's get into it. What I'm doing today is I'm taking this kind of gravelly layer and I'm classifying it down. And then after that, I'll take this dirt underneath with the tiny rocks and I'll classify that down again over by the water. Keeping a little bit of our fedzonite and stuff, but my main purpose today is looking for zircons. So we'll do a little digging here and see what we come up with. A little windy, so I'll try to do okay with the sound here. But now, so I have this bin full of very classified dirt with tiny little rocks in it. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking it to this classifier and I just put it on there, spray it all off until the dirt's all through. So this is what I'm left with, is just tiny little rocks, which is probably filled with zircons, hopefully. So we won't know until we get home and hit it with the UV, but let's get a little bit more of this done. All right, I'll try to show you guys how this works. I'm kind of doing it one-handed. So I just put it right on the screen there, the little dirt slurry, and turn on my water. And I just wash out all the dirt. And all that's left is the tiny little grains and granules and tiny little pieces of stone. That's all that's left after I'm done washing this off. It's all stone. And then what I end up getting is a bucket full of stone like that. And that's what I'm gonna be bringing home today. So I'm gonna finish this up, maybe look a little bit more, but I'm probably not gonna videotape much more, maybe take a couple pictures, but just figured I'd show you guys what I was doing today. So, all right, we'll see you in a bit. And this is how I scrape it all off of here. It's just sturdy enough of a mesh where it catches all the rocks and I can just shovel it right down with my shovel. So this is all the rocks that were left. No more dirt left in there. All grains, all rocks. So pretty sweet. Hopefully it works and hopefully I have tons of zircons in there. Okay, so I am home. I didn't take much footage out in the field because I knew this was going to take me a long time to do. So I didn't want to waste a ton of time filming, but this is what I came home with. This is all the little tiny gravel right here that you can see, all the little grains. You know, I'm hoping that when this is all dry and all clean and good, it's gonna just light up with zircons and orange, but it's gonna take me a little while to dry these out. So I'll probably put like towels and stuff over and like run a fan down here probably on it. And then this is the little pile of the little arfedzonite pieces that I kept. I think it was only just a couple pounds, but it was just cool, unique kind of arfedzonite pieces. And then this was 16 more pounds of what I classified out right before I got it down to this small. So I'm gonna run all this through iron out, and I'm gonna run this stuff through iron out, and then I'm gonna try as hard as I can to dry this stuff out, and we'll see where we're at, but we'll see in a little bit. So I have my fan set up on the tiny stuff, and I have one bucket with my arfedzonite pieces, and then I split that like medium-sized stuff between two buckets, you know, just so I could get it a little cleaner. So I'll leave it in there for probably a couple days and come out here and like swoosh it around. You know, I think that's the technical term, swoosh it around. You know, just come out here and just go like that a couple times, you know, in the next couple days, and we'll get it all cleaned up, and then we'll see what we got. Okay, so while all my bigger stuff is out in the iron out, so now I have all of my little stuff dry. This is what I came up with. So this is like still like 12 or 13, maybe 14 pounds worth of this tiny little stuff. And it's pretty clean, but you can see like even right there, that little piece of grass in there is still in there. So what I'm gonna do now is put it through this little classifier, and you can see the screen I think is like, I think it's 3/32 maybe, or 1/16 of an inch. So I'll put all of this through this strainer and get everything out that's smaller, you know, smaller than this. So I'll just have all the big rocks left. So then I'll have all the tiny stuff separate, plus all the dirt and grass and stuff, and then all the bigger rocks I'll throw in here. And then I'll finally be able to get to look through them with the black light. But by the time I'm done with all that, the ones in the iron out should be done. So I'll grab those and we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I got the two classified separately. So everything below 1/16 of an inch in here, very small. Very small, and then everything bigger than 1/16 of an inch in here. So now what I'm doing is I'm just taking this little, it's like an air pump to pump up an air mattress, and I'm just holding it a little bit higher over the you know, granules, just so it can blow all the grass and like little tiny pieces of grass and stuff out of here. And then after that, they'll be ready to look through. And actually, I think with this smaller stuff here, the stuff below a 1/16 of an inch, I'll probably fill up little jars with, because, you know, there probably will be tons of tiny little pieces of zircon. So then they'll probably glow, you know, in little jars, like I'll do little sand jars. But all right, so let's get that step done and we'll almost be ready to look. Okay, so we are finally done cleaning everything up. Everything's out of the iron out. And we have all of our different stuff here now. Here's all the bigger stuff I kept, a little bit in the bin here. Mostly our Fedzonite pieces. I'll go over that stuff first. So this is like the UV, excuse me, the UV stuff. I'll show you that towards the end. One crazy thing that's there is this green material. So I actually found quite a bit of it today right there. It goes all the way up into it, and then there's patches on the outside of it too. They're not 100% sure what it is yet, so when I find out, I'll let you guys know. But I did find actually quite a bit of it, you know, a lot of pieces with just little green blotches on it, so not 100% sure what that is. Yeah, here's another really good one too, actually, with the green. But yeah, so once they figure it out, I'll let you know. And like I said, I was there for our Fedzonite. So our Fedzonite pieces that I did find, I'm gonna try to zoom in as far as I can here so you guys can see. So here's just one tiny little one, just had some cool sprays, was just totally full, had that shimmer. And here's one that had a pocket, hopefully I can get them on camera, where you got some terminated crystals starting to form in there. Just a little bit right on the end. And you got this guy right here, which just had a really cool, you know, you can see all the striations in there. Just another really cool piece. This one was just another one where it just started to terminate crystals in there. You can kind of see the flash. And then a little bit on this side too, it started to pocket out. And then the best ones, this is the smaller of the two best ones. But there you can kind of see the terminated crystals right down there by my thumb. And all the different crystals running through there, so that's the little tiny one. And then we got this bad boy. So this pocket is totally filled with terminated our Fedzonite crystals. You can kind of get it in there, and then it goes all the way up here. And they're crisscrossing in there like little tiny needles, super awesome. So that'll be a nice little specimen. And the other little interesting thing I found is he was talking to me about they were starting to find marcasite, I think. It's like a metallic. And I found this little piece. Just this one tiny little piece, and I mean that is definitely metallic right there. So I don't know if maybe that's a little tiny piece of that marcasite or not, but I'll have to ask him when I go back there. So then the moonstone I actually took was only these couple pieces right here. I'll get them wet for you. So this one is just totally pure all the way through. Like if I'd hold it up to the light, yeah, there you can see the light comes all the way through. So I might try to, you know, get a little cabochon out of that. Then I did find this one piece, very nice blue flash all the way through both sides. And again, you know, it has mostly light coming through. That was not a very good shot. And then the only other really piece that I kept on purpose was this piece, because it's just got that really pure baby blue, you know, shimmer color on it, and then it had some cooler Fedzonite little patterns on the other side. But here, let me zoom out here. So then that's all the big stuff I got, you know, not a ton of stuff, but I didn't really keep a ton. And then we have the first classification. So that's this size stuff, you know, like bigger than 1/16 of an inch. So I'm gonna have to go through all of this, and there's also gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of totally pure pieces of moonstone in here. So like this right here, you can see all the way through probably. And there's just tons of them in here. So I'm probably gonna pick those out of here and put them in a jar and like with a light or something, maybe with a light shining through. So that's gonna be the first thing. Yeah, here's like another good little example, you know, just a little sheet of moonstone. So I'll get a bunch of those in a little jar. That'll look really cool. Then I started picking out the pure chunks of our fedzonite and putting those in a little jar. So these are just totally, you know, solid arfedzonite, most of them, a little bit of other stuff in there, but not much. Then this is the lowest classification that we did, this size stuff. So this is like 1/16 of an inch, 32nd of an inch. So I think I'll probably find the most zircons in this size because they're just generally about that size. So I got that container of that. And then this is the very lowest classification. So this is like the sand grains almost. So there will be tons of zircons in here, but I'm not gonna pick through these because there's probably gonna be hundreds in here, and I don't wanna, you know, that's gonna take a lot of time. Maybe I'll do it, I don't know. But I'll probably just put this like in little bottles, you know, like little sand art bottles, and then you should be able to hit them with the UV and just see all the little orange grains glowing. But yeah, so all in all, I did come out with a lot of really good stuff. You know, this stuff is going to be really cool. I'll try to get the UV light set up now and just show you guys kind of what I found there. You know, actually 3 different colors. So, all right, let's get set up and I'll show you here. Okay, so I'm going to try to show this the best I can here. Let me get the lights off. All right, so you got our black light on. So I found 3 different colors there. So you got your orange, which is going to be your zircon. So you can see the nice little vein of zircon right there. Another big one right there. And you got your blue, which I'm not 100% sure what that is, if it's just calcite, but there's very little of it, but it glows very, very blue. And then you got your green, like your teal color right there, and very, very little of that as well. So I'm gonna have to figure out what all that stuff is. You know, one of those things is probably calcite, I would think, but green, blue, orange. So kind of crazy, you know, you can see that orange, the zircon sticking out really good. So then here, I'll see if I can I'll shine this into here. So all those little purple ones that glow super purple like that are just pure pieces of moonstone basically, or sheets of that feldspar. So there you can kind of see a zircon glowing right there, that orange. Piece of grass, you know, right in the middle, orange. So you can see there's just tons in here. Look at, there's a nice pure piece of moonstone. So then here, I'll show you in the bigger stuff too, if I can, just what you're kind of looking at. So here, like the more purple they glow like that, the purer the moonstone they are. So there you can see some kind of mudstone in there, that light orange. It's a little harder to see in this bin because it's reflecting the light. Right there you can see a little darker orange piece that might have some zircon in it right in the middle. But you can see that, oh, there you go, there's some of that teal, a nice little piece of that teal right there. Whatever that teal color is, I should probably grab that out of there. But yeah, so I have a lot of work ahead of me, you know, picking through all this stuff, and oh, look at that, another pure piece of moonstone there. So yeah, really, really cool. I'm glad I kind of did it that way this time. Ooh, get the light on here. You know, it was a lot of work classifying it down from dirt to this, to this, to this, and then picking through, but it was worth it. Oh, actually, you know what? I did forget to show you the coolest little chunk of zircon that I found. It glows really good. I'll leave it in the jar here. Let me turn the light back off. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Here, let me pour this thing out onto the table. So these are ones that I kind of tried to pick through initially. There you go, you can see that nice orange one glowing right there. Boop. Nice orange piece. So yeah, really, really fun. I really like picking through. It'll give me something to do during the winter now, you know, I'll have all of this to pick through. I'll pick out all the Fed's-Night, all the pure Moonstone, all the Zircons, and then do the same for this, and then fill up little jars with that. So a success. And if you haven't checked out Wisconsin Moonstone, I was there on the last day of the season this year, so you'll have to wait till next year, but definitely an awesome time, a really chill experience. If you want to just pick stuff up off the top, you can, and you'll just find cool stuff no matter, you know, no matter when you go there. So check it out. All right, so if you like this video, leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for some close-ups at the end, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.